So today I'm going to show you a bargain detached property with this beautiful river at the bottom of the garden. What a stunning place, what a stunning location. Just wait while you see this one. So today I am outside the stunning town of Casoli, which you can see up on the hill, the stunning market town of Casoli, and we're on the road between Casoli and Guardiagrele, and the junction up here is the main road that takes you to Guardiagrele, and you can also go straight on at that junction to get to Palombaro, Fara Martino, all the usual suspects that we feature on this video. And also in this direction, in half an hour, probably less than half an hour, you'll be by the coast, the best part of the coastline, the Trabocchi coastline. And then you also have the mountains, which you can't see from here, but you can from the house, that are dipping over the back. So you do need a car here, but having said that, the main road is just here where the buses do pass, so quite possible that you can also get some buses, but you don't want to be relying 100% on the buses. But you will have a decent service heading towards Guardiagrele and Casoli and towards Lanciano and that kind of thing from the road up there. So the property is a detached property with some outbuildings that you can see down here. It also has a piece of land that goes right down to a river at the bottom, which is just absolutely stunning. So I've not done the town tour today of Casoli. I will put a link to another property that has got details of the town. I'll put that in the description, just so you can have a look at the town. Also have a look at that property. And this is the property here. Great value for money. So this is a large property. You've potentially 5 or 6 bedrooms in here. Then you've got buildings connected to it. It's a big property. So today we'll spend most of the time, or we'll spend all of the time down at the property rather than doing the town, otherwise it will turn into something longer than the Lord of the Rings. So the property, this here where I've left my car, this is a communal track, so for people that's got land down here, including yourselves. So everything to the left of this is like just a long strip down to the river at the bottom that I will show you towards the end. I know you saw a little glimpse of it in the beginning, but we will head down into the garden once we've done the house. So the property is in habitable condition. It does need some restoring. Obviously, the price of the property, it does allow you to restore. They're doing some work on the road. This road takes some beautiful areas as you carry on up here, and takes to a really good winery as well, a good cantina. Big shout out to Tilly's. Roof is in great shape. You can see that from the inside. You can get up to the roof from the inside. It's just old, basically. But the windows are brand new. You'll be pleased to hear. They're double glazed Daves. Just a great property. Difficult to see because obviously it's got trees growing in front of it, but you'll see from this side in a second. Needs a bit of a paint job, it needs some love and care, but as I said, for this location, for the money, it is just absolutely incredible. That's very professional of me, isn't it? Somebody's calling me. It'll no doubt be a spam caller trying to sell me something. So this, obviously the outside, we're going to do the house, then I'm going to take you for a walk down the garden, which will go from this side, and we'll head down, right down to the very bottom of the garden as the video goes along. In terms of location, you will hear a little bit of traffic from here because the road to get to Guardiagrele is up at the top here. But it's not a super straight, it's not dual carriageway or anything like that. So obviously lunchtimes it's going to be quiet, weekends is going to be quiet. But the great thing is, you're in the countryside, but you're not in the middle of nowhere. So to hear the odd passing lorry I don't think is a huge thing. When cars pass, you don't hear nothing. You hear a little bit when lorries pass, but nothing of any, well, you'll hear it on the video. So, this in front of the house, for me, this was used as parking before. I wouldn't use this as parking. I would go down here and I would make some parking areas to the side, and I would make this a little bit of a terrace. It needs some attention. As you can see, it's quite old. That's the post lady behind delivering to next door. Neighbours I've met, they're extremely nice. But this all could probably do with digging out, proper drainage, putting in before you get to the house. But at least it's some nice space outside for those mornings when it's really hot, like today, and you can sit in the shade out here. But this is a really, really special property, believe me. Stick with the video and wait while you see the land and the beautiful river at the bottom. Okay folks, are you ready? Are you ready to do the walkthrough? Are you ready to come with me on this little journey? Let's do it. Okay, so let's head into this huge property. And there is no electric in here, unfortunately, but it is quite bright. The sun, it's early morning, so the sun's on the back side of the house. But we're going to this nice, spacious entrance hall. Plenty of room here for a little table there, a little table and chair, so you can answer your telephone. Then we've got quite a simple layout. I'm going to go to the left first, head into the kitchen, and here we have a great size kitchen. And to be fair, the units that are in here are still pretty good. It's one of those houses that you can just get into and just start playing around with it. Obviously, some of the electrics are going to need doing, but for this price and this size, it's one of those houses you just tinker around, tinker around. As far as the central heat is concerned, I've had a good look around the house. I need to find where the boiler is, and there's a few rooms that I can't get into, but hopefully I'll find the keys as I'm walking around. So great size kitchen. As I said, this kitchen unit, fridge here, it's actually, these kitchen units, should I say, are actually quite in good condition. So there's no real rush to change them. A nice big hob. So everything you need there. The sink's in great condition. I do think they must come back during holiday times. Fireplace, I'm presuming works to put these covers on just when they're not here for long periods of time, obviously, just to stop anything flying in. But great size. Let's have a quick look at the size of the room. So it is 4 meters 50 in that direction by 3 meters 90 in that direction. So great size room. And you're going to be thrilled to know, oh yes, they are double glazed Daves, and they're actually in excellent condition. These look fairly new to be fair. Fairly new to be fair. And also what they have are the shutters up in these boxes, and you open and close them by using this. So quite easy to do. And that's quite good, because if you're not going to be here all the time, you can leave the shutters down and leave the windows open to let some air in. Moving through, we're going to go into the living dining area. Again, great size. That kitchen is definitely a kitchen diner, so I think this could just be used as a lounge for me. Must be a stone property because the walls look really thick, so I'm guessing that. Obviously, little signs of humidity in here. It is normal when it's stone. That's going to need some repairs outside. The front, as I've already mentioned, the front area really needs sort of pulling away and doing again some drainage putting in, but it's not huge problems. I had exactly this when we first bought our house. You just have to move things away outside, put the right drainage in, and maybe reveal some stone or add some different types of plaster to it. Again, windows, double glazed Daves, along with the shutters. So this room, just to give you an idea of the size of this, I'm guessing it's a similar size to the kitchen, maybe a bit less. 4 meters 70 in that direction by by 3 meters 85 in that direction. So similar to the other room. Great size. I said I would have this as a lounge. I have noticed a little bit, it is common in these old farmhouses where this floor is slightly sort of bowed, and that's because usually when they do, this was probably an animal shed or something like that in the past, and they just put the tiles and flooring on top of older stuff. And I've noticed only in here, not in the kitchen for some reason, maybe the kitchen was always a kitchen. Again, you could leave it, it doesn't make any difference to the structure, but if you wanted to, you were putting new floors down, you would dig these floors out and drop them down a little bit and build it up that way. So it sounds like a huge job, but it's a normal sort of work that goes off here. Okay, so then this is where it all starts to get not strange, because you can actually live all on one floor down here, and you'll see why as we go through. So heading into this area, again, just a note, radiators throughout, but the electrics do look a little bit sort of bit of a mishmash. So I think electrics would be something that would need to be done. So here, I don't know, I think usually what happens with places like this, when they've got lots of kids, they probably make as many bedrooms as possible to get as many kids in as possible to use it for holidays. Now there is no window to the outside here, because in these backs there's sheds and things like that, so limited with light, but maybe you could use these for something else. This wall here is a false wall, so that could come out with no problem. Just to give you some ideas of size from the wall behind me, you're sort of 4 meters 40 in that direction, and 2 meters 90 in this direction, but that could come out to make an extra, I don't know, an office and maybe a pull down bed if you need it for guests. Remember, you got loads of bedrooms upstairs. But then you got this other little storage area, which to me, again, I don't think I'd need it. I think I'd just take this down. They probably put bunk beds or something like that in it before, but just to give you an idea, 3 meters 24 by 3 meters 50 in this direction. Then you've got a room, I'll do the bathroom in a second, but you've got a room that you can actually get to from the outside. There is a cantina, but if you did want a bedroom down here, I think this is where I would want it, because this is huge and it's right next to the bathroom. Or you could have it as a completely separate thing, but this is a big room, and this goes out, just so you can see, goes out to the side of the house, where obviously drive to get in, and then down onto the land from here. You could have it a little bit more private with your neighbours, put some hedging up, that kind of thing, and then create a nice terrace out here. But when you go down onto the land, it's absolutely stunning down there. Okay, let's give you some ideas of the size of this room. So we are about 5 meters 15 in that direction by let's say, so 4 meters 95, almost 5 meters in that direction. So this is a big room. In case any of you are wondering what people use these things for, that was to hang sausages, meats, all that kind of thing, prosciuttos. But you started to see there, this goes into some of the rooms at the back. Again, you maybe don't need that. It depends what you want to do in this place. There's a lot you could take out, a lot you could keep. Okay, I'm going to close this door, so it's going to go a little bit dark. I don't want any the neighbours' cats running in. And then let's head further around in the house. So it is a huge property. You've really got lots of space to play around with. But your main space is, this is a lounge, and your kitchen are great sizes. Okay, carrying on. You got that into your head? Let's head upstairs. Granite stairs. Could do with a bit of a polish, but still very nice. Very high ceilings. And again up here, all double glazed. Beautiful windows, letting lots of light, and you're just getting the mountain tops over that side. Okay. So the main bedroom, I would, well, there's two. These are, well, let's go around, I'll show you rather than talking. Nice flooring, just to let you know, show you that first. Huge, huge bedroom, it really is. A couple of marks and little things, little sort of cracks and things on the ceiling, but that's all normal. And to be honest with you, we've just had a huge 3-day cyclone sat on us here in Abruzzo. So if anything was going to get through, it would be now. But apparently the roof was done not that long ago in terms of roofs, and it is in good condition. And you can see that from underneath, which I'll show you in a second. So this is, get some measurements. So 4 meters 20 in that direction by 4 meters, nearly 5 meters in that direction. So huge, huge rooms. I'm not sure if this used to before. I think this place used to be split into 2 apartments. I'm not sure if something used to go through to the other room in there, which you'll see in a second. These marks, again, I've checked them. They're all old. There's nothing completely dry. So this is obviously, I don't know what that is, because oh yeah, the fireplace in the kitchen, of course. That's what's in there. Okay. Great size room. So heading in then to the next bedroom. So bear in mind, you can have a couple of bedrooms downstairs and then you've got all these upstairs. Again, all the floors to match. This must have been, I think, something else before. These walls are put up afterwards, again to create bedrooms. So there's this double bed here, which for me, I would add to it the room to my left. I don't know if you can see it. This is a smaller room, but that's a false wall as well. So this room to me has no use whatsoever, unless it's storage. But I would just knock that back together. So to give you an idea, this is 3 meters. So the width of this, because then we'll add this to the next room, so 1 meter 65 across. This is going to be 3 meters again by 3 meters 25. So it would almost be 5 meters by 3 if you knock them both together. To be fair, this is a double and it works as a double if you need that other room for something else. And again, windows and the views looking out to the front. Carry on heading through. Then we have, again, this space. Created a corridor here, not really sure why. This is completely, this is just a, I can't remember the name of it, but a stud wall. And again, we've got a bedroom. They've done it as a single. You could get a double in here, but if you take this out, which for me has no use whatsoever, then this would be a huge, huge double. So let me give you some measurements on this. So across with 2 meters 85 across by 3 meters 40 in that direction. But you add this room to it, and you've got another 1 meter 81. So 1 meter 81 plus the wall, so say 1 meter 90 plus 285. So you're at almost 5 meters again if you get rid of this. Did I do my sums right then? So that would make a really nice double. I think, as I say, they've done it just to sort of house as many people as possible. Again, double glazed windows, and then we're looking out onto our kingdom. And the land goes right down to the river at the bottom. I'm going to be interested to see that shortly, because we've had unbelievable rains. So it'll be interesting to see what that's running like. And then to our right, over towards Casoli. Okay, got to watch my reflections in here. Nicely done, nicely done. Okay, carrying on. So you remember, that's 1 bedroom behind me. I would say another one rather than 2 here and 1 round the corner. So we're already on 3 and the potential of 1 or 2 downstairs. Then look at the size of this. This is enormous. Absolutely enormous. And I'm just thinking I didn't do the kitchen. I didn't do the bedroom. Listen to me. I didn't do the bathroom downstairs, did I? So I will run down and do that again. Well, I won't run, I'll walk. But this is huge. And the great thing is it's next to this bathroom. So for me, and everything's on this wall, so all the pipe work and everything's on this wall, so it would be so easy to add an ensuite in here. And there's still tons of room. So let me give you the size of this. I'll remember to do the bathrooms after this, I promise. So this is 5 meters 25 in that direction. By 4 meters 80 in this direction. So this room is huge. You could easily put your double bed here and have an ensuite there. And it could be a big ensuite as well, because this room is just absolutely enormous. And again, it has these double glazed doors, and this goes out now onto a small balcony, which is really nice. Easily set out here. Yes, you do get a view of the neighbours a little bit, but I've met them this morning. Very nice as well. Look how beautiful. I mean, depending what you want to do here, you could maybe even get rid of all this down here if you don't need all the space and just have a terrace put on the back. If you could do something like that, that would be amazing. Beautiful view up to Casoli and beautiful view over this really well kept land. Incredible. Beautiful, beautiful. Okay, so let's go back in. Better do these bathrooms now before I can hear you shouting. Let's head in there. So bathroom up here, and then I'll go down and do the bathroom downstairs, and then we'll head into the land. Here is the bathroom on this level. Quite old, extremely clean. It's still usable for now, and then you could change things later. Again, a double glazed window at the bottom, 3 meters 20 almost by 1 meter 75 across. So a decent size, and then you could do something similar at this side. Maybe even do something bigger if you wanted to. You could easily do that. Okay, so that's all the rooms in the house. We're now going to start searching around now and see if we can get into some of those rooms downstairs that are locked away and in the gardens. Oh no, sorry, bathroom. Okay, I'm going. Bathroom downstairs. I knew there was something I'd forgotten. Here we go, let's go. Get lost in here. Somebody got my reflection then, I'm sure. Bathroom, oh, my light's gone off. See, I brought a light in here to light everything up. It's gone off. Well, let me get this light. Unless somebody's turned it off. The problem is I'm on my own. Okay, so here's the bathroom down here. Again, decent size. Let me give you some measurements. I didn't do the shower, did I, upstairs? I'm really losing it today. Really losing it. 3 meters 20 by, I missed everybody's favourites part, by 1 meter 62. So a great size. And this shower actually looks similar to the one downstairs. So this is let's have a look. This is definitely a 1 Dave and 1 Silvana shower. Maybe 2 Daves. I reckon 2 Daves. I'm not sure if I'll be able to use this if there was 2 of me in it, but we'll give it a try. But definitely a 2 Dave shower, and I would say the one upstairs is as well. Okay, so shall we head out to the garden? Let's do it. Okay, so back outside the house. I'll go down this way this time. I've got to be honest with this property. I was quite excited to get it on the channel, so I'm just hoping that I'm getting most things back here. But anybody that's potentially interested, obviously I'll come back with the agent, and anything we can't get in, I can get photographs of if needs be. This looking at the house now from this side, I'm understanding now why there's all those rooms at the back. I think originally this house was just this section here. It would have been 2 rooms upstairs, 2 rooms downstairs, like the traditional properties. Then obviously over the years it's been extended, it's had a newer roof put on, and there is access to that roof from the top of the stairs as well, and it looks in fantastic condition looking from underneath. So let's head down this way. I brought with me keys from the top of the fireplace, so we're doing this together. We don't know what we're going to find. But here, so now we're at the back of the house. Now this I was saying to you before, I don't know how much space you need and what you want to do, but if you don't need all of this extra stuff, potentially we could just take it all away, get rid of it, and have terraces and things like that down here if you wanted to. All depends on your needs. This is the door to that back room that we saw that I said would be a bedroom. Now the agent did say that these are the difficult ones to get into, so let me have a little go. I'm going to turn the camera off to have a go to see if I can get in here. I have tried getting in there. I don't know if you can see through the fly screen. This is just one long room that is the width of, difficult for me to see if I can get you a sneaky little view in here. I think that might have got it for you. So obviously that's got to be almost 10 meters across, and I would say by maybe what looks to be about 3 meters, something like that. There's also access to some of the tubes for the bathrooms there. And that is trying to get you in as much as possible. I probably should have done this before, shouldn't I? And then we've got another room back here. It doesn't seem to be locked. Let's have a see if we can open this, see if it's the old-fashioned, oh it's open, and yes it is. And this is huge as well. Oh yeah, massive. What would you do out here? Do you need all of this? I mean, obviously the block wall that's up there is what's been dividing this with the last room that I've just done. But this here is a huge space. I mean, again, we're talking 10 meters by, let's see, I can't really get this door open, but we're talking 10 meters again, I would say, by a good 5 or 6, probably more, 6 meters. So huge space. What would you do? Let me know in the comments what you would do. At least we managed to get in as near as damn it to this side. Let me put this makeshift lock back together. Okay. I know some of you are going to be writing on the video. I can sense it now. You're going to be writing, why don't you do these things before? I like to keep it real. Here's the nice little garden space. Sure, you could do something with that. If you didn't want to pull cars onto your drive, maybe you could use it as a drive space and turn here. And then at the back of the house, sorry if the wind is blowing across. Now all of these buildings of this land, I've read the certificate of this land. There could be some opportunities to do some development here, but because it's quite a complicated situation, I've asked my geometer to have a good look. Again, depending what you're wanting to do, but if it is of interest, let me know what you're thinking, and I'll get my geometer to have a look at everything, because this appears to be buildable, but I don't want to say for definite that it is. So obviously now we're looking back at the back of the house, and obviously this track is communal. So where I've parked there, I'm actually blocking this track, but anybody that's got land down here, so the property's to that side of the track, but obviously anybody that's got land down here, they're allowed to pass down here with tractors or whatever else and get onto their land. And it is nicely maintained. I know it's a little bit overgrown now, but I'm sure they'll be coming to cut it. So let's have a little walk down here. It looks like we've got a couple of little shacks in there, probably where they had chickens. I don't think they're on the documents because I have seen that. These actually registered as farm buildings at the moment, and I've asked my geometer to give me, because the taxes that I've done, the fees and taxes that I've put on this video, are keeping them as farm buildings, so they do have quite a high taxable value. So we need to see the benefits of keeping that or not. If we can change these into something else, i.e. garage and storage, then it may be that we could save on some taxes. But for the moment, I'd rather you sort of think the price is as it is. Obviously that's next door, but you could easily, again, cover your property if you wanted with trees. It is a hill to get down here, but once you're down here, it's quite nice. Traffic wise, I have mentioned earlier in the video that we are close to the main road. You can hear it a little bit. You can just about see it through the trees at the back. It's not a main road as in a motorway, it's just an SS road, the one that's between Guardiagrele and Casoli, but it makes getting around here so easy. And it doesn't, when cars pass, you hear very little. A lorry's just passed, then you can hear a little bit more, but nothing of anything to be bothered about. This structure, I mean, obviously we have got somewhat looks like asbestos. We need to see if it is. So you'd have to consider that if you wanted to get rid of it. You don't have to, it's not the law to do that, but we all know asbestos is not great material. But most of it is in good condition, so there could be options to cover it and the rest of it. But I actually quite like this area here. Even just to have it as like an outdoor outdoor kitchen, and maybe, I don't know, what would you do? I think it's a great space. This before was used just to keep the hay inside or under cover, which is similar to what these people are using this one for, and part of there. So obviously we're right on the border of the land. I think the land must go to this post here and then go up there, so you could easily make it more private down here. But I quite like this this space. I can imagine some amazing get-togethers in here. You know, maybe you'd change the roof and put a different, maybe a wood one. But it is a superb space. Whether anything could be done in these buildings or this buildings, as I said before, I do need to check with the geometer, because they are classed as farm buildings. But again, you may not need any of this. You may want to just put it all back to garden. Now, I've got some keys in my pocket. I just want to walk round first just to see, just to show you the garden space. I'd be interested to see this river at the bottom as well. Like I said, we've had some unbelievable weather. People saying they've never known anything like it. It threw up a load of snow on the mountains. The ski resorts have been closed most of the winter because we didn't have any snow. And then all of a sudden we had this huge cyclone, as they say, sat over us for a few days. Anyway, I'm just making small talk while we do the walk. So I'll put you on fast forward. No, let's do it together. It's a nice walk, isn't it? Didn't do a town visit, so we can have a little garden walk. So you can obviously see that this is still that track running to the side. And obviously that's somebody else's land there. And yours is this side. Of this house is this side. These look like different types of fruit trees. And I can hear the river. Definitely copes with this huge amount. Oh, it's not actually too bad. So beautiful down here. So beautiful. Well, there you go. You got a little babbling brook. Absolutely stunning. I mean, obviously it's brought up a lot of clay and things like that, which is why it's the colour that it is. But I have been down here once before and it was stunning when I came down. It's still stunning now, but... And then look at this. Look at your kingdom. Look at the mountains behind. And the house just looks superb from here. Absolutely stunning. So it looks like the track may go this way as well. I'll have to check. May have people to have the right of access to get down here. We'd have to check that. But that normally happens in the countryside. But can't see as that's really a big deal. It's a country property at the end of the day. But isn't this fantastic to have this kind of thing at the bottom of your garden? Absolutely amazing. Now I'm going to try and get into parts of this building here to see what's in there, and we'll pick it back up from there. Absolutely stunning. Well folks, I am sorry, I have tried to get into here, but the keys are going in, they're just not doing anything. I've tried to get hold of the owners and the owner's agent. I will get the plans so we can see what this is, but obviously it used to be some sort of animal shed, and it's a good probably 10 meters by possibly even 13, 14, something like that. As I said, the restrictions, what you can and can't do on here, we will find out from our geometer. So any of you that are interested in this property, obviously I will get you the information that you need. Okay folks, that was a bit of a tour, wasn't it? Shall we do final thoughts? Let's do it. So the final thoughts had to be done here, had to be done where I started, because it is so beautiful down here. Just to come and have a picnic in your own garden, I think is amazing. So this property, obviously a large property, lots of parts to it, may not suit everybody, but I'm sure there's somebody out there that's going to think it's an incredible place. And I certainly am one of those people. I think the house, for value for money in this location, I think is just superb. I really do. I think it's a special place, easy to get around, easy to get to the mountains, easy to get to the coast. I think it's just a very, very special place. Thank you so much for your usual support. I really appreciate it, as always. Remember to join us most Wednesdays on our live streams, whichever you like, as we talk to people who've been here, who've bought, and maybe living here, as well as many other subjects. And for now, if this one's for you, you know what to do. Send us an email to info@ahomeinitaly.com, and do not miss this one.